All of the leaders of EU member states must agree on the Brexit extension. If they fail to reach a unanimous agreement, the UK will leave the EU as planned on March 29. European Council President Mr. Tusk has said a delay is possible, but he has warned the EU could only back a delay if May's deal passes in the House of Commons. Mrs. May has asked the EU for the withdrawal date to be delayed to June 30 and has even threatened to resign as Prime Minister if MPs demand a longer delay. Read more. May confesses great personal regret at Brexit. delayEU leaders must all agree on any Brexit extension. Image Getty. On Wednesday evening, Mrs. May gave a speech to the country where she voiced her personal regret to the nation for the UK not leaving the EU on time and called for MPs to back her deal. Speaking at 10 Downing Street, Mrs. May said, "Nearly 3 years have passed since the public voted to leave the European Union. It was the biggest democratic exercise in our country's history. I came to office on a promise to deliver on that verdict. In March 2017 I triggered the Article 50 process for the UK to exit the EU, and Parliament supported it overwhelmingly. 2 years on, MPs have been unable to agree on how to implement the UK's withdrawal. As a result, we will now not leave on time with a deal. On the 29th of March, this delay is a matter of great personal regret for me, and for this I am absolutely sure you, the public, have had enough." Mr. Tusk has said a short Brexit delay is possible, with certain conditions attached. Speaking from Brussels, Mr. Tusk said, "In the light of the consultations that I have conducted over the past days, I believe that a short extension will be possible, but it will be conditional on a positive vote on the withdrawal agreement in the House of Commons." However, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker has said the EU has done much to accommodate the UK over Brexit and can go no further. Theresa May addressed the nation at Downing Street today. Image Getty. Mr. Juncker said, "There will be no renegotiations, no new negotiations, no additional guarantees in addition to those already given." France is also not in favor of a Brexit extension for the UK, French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian said yesterday. A situation in which Mrs. May would not be able to present to the European Council sufficient guarantees about the credibility of her strategy would lead to the extension request being dismissed and opting for a no-deal exit on Friday, which is 1 week before the UK is supposed to leave the bloc. Mrs. May will attend the second day of the EU summit, where she will talk further with senior EU leaders. The question about whether the UK would have MEPs standing in the European elections would need to be solved. The Commission has insisted an extension past the date of the elections on May 23 would require British MEPs to be elected. Donald Tusk has said a delay is possible with conditions. Image Sky News. This weekend, Mrs. May is expected to try and persuade the MPs in her party who have not supported the deals she has brought to the House of Commons to back down. This is likely to include the European Research Group, led by Jacob Rees-Mogg, who are campaigning for a hard Brexit and who have so far mainly voted against May's deals. On Monday, government ministers are expected to hold further talks with the Democratic Unionist Party, DUP, to try to come to a solution on the Irish backstop. The DUP, which prop Mrs. May up in government, have said they can't support a deal unless changes can be made to the government's stance on the backstop. On Tuesday, Mrs. May is expected to try and hold a third meaningful vote on the withdrawal agreement. Ministers hope the details of the Brexit delay and extra documents provided by the EU will meet Commons Speaker John Bercow's demand for substantial change before the deal can be put to MPs again. On Wednesday, if the EU deal is passed, MPs will hold a further vote to change the Brexit date of March 29 that is currently enshrined in law to the new date agreed with the EU.